If you could be anything, what would you want to be? An astronaut, a pop star, a hip hopper, a hero? We're living the lives of some amazing people today on The Express. On today's show, old schoolers Bone Thugs and Harmony get a new school audience in Victoria.
We have to take care of our planet, and you see this when you're up there.
A Canadian astronaut shares his adventures with starry-eyed kids in Penticton. The Hanson brothers, comeback hopefuls from Mbop to on top. And later, meet one of BC's busiest search and rescue teams.
Pager goes off, and it could be all hours of the day or night.
See that and more, local expression. Welcome to The Express, only on Shaw TV. I'm Johanna Ward. Today we're hosting from Poco's Leigh Square Community Arts Village. Their current exhibit is a celebration of Spirit Week, and we're going to talk about that throughout today's show. But right now we're going to talk about the month of February. It's not just the 2-year anniversary of the Olympics or Valentine's Day, but it's also a month to talk about the heart truth.
Do you know a lot about cholesterol?
Today we're here testing cholesterol of men and women in Vancouver with Basal.
It's just going to be a simple finger prick.
Heart disease and stroke is the #1 killer for women in Canada. It affects 7 times more amount of women than breast cancer does. It's important to know your cholesterol number because it's an easy number to change. 80% of your cholesterol can be adapted by lifestyle changes.
It's fortified with plant sterols. Plant sterols is shown to lower cholesterol.
When you come in, we ask you a few questions, what your daily lifestyle is like, if you exercise, what your diet is like during the day.
Do you find that you have enough physical exercise?
After we ask you a few questions, the next process is that we take a little bit of blood from your finger, and then we take the blood and put it into our machine, and within a couple of minutes you receive your cholesterol number.
What kind of physical exercise do you do?
And so from this number we discuss where you're at and where you should be. You want to be under 5.2 with your total cholesterol. If you're above 5.2, recommendations will be done about how to decrease your number. Also, we recommend that you go to your doctor if you're above. What was your number today?
It was 5.11.
What was your number today?
3.74.
4.04.
3.27. 2.59 is my number.
And how do you keep it that way?
You exercise, you keep a low-fat diet, and you eat your vegetables.
What are you going to do to keep it like that?
Just continue exercising every day like I do already, and then continue to eat healthy and watch, that I don't consume too many bad fats.
What I'll do, I'll increase my intake of vegetables, and I'll continue exercising and probably exercising more.
How do you keep it that way?
Exercise and eating well.
Basal is a heart-healthy alternative.
By women and men knowing their cholesterol number, it enables them to be empowered about their health care and make proactive decisions about their lifestyles.
Know your number, know your risk.
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 Know your number and know your risk. Yeah, baby.
You can go to basal.ca to find a location near you where they're doing that free cholesterol testing. Knowing that cholesterol number is just one easy thing that all Canadians can do to help reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. And now on The Express, let's talk risky but rewarding careers. Did you know since 1983, only 12 Canadians have been selected to become astronauts? Recently, one of those 12 was in Penticton, talking to the next generation about space travel.
It's very important when you're a crew that you work well together, because my life depends on them doing their work properly, and their life depends on me doing my work properly. So teamwork is very important, and that's something, whatever you do in your life down here, or even at school when you're in teams, working together as a team is very important to the success of what you are doing.
Back in 1983, Marc Garneau was one of 6 Canadians chosen for the space program, becoming the first Canadian to fly in space in October of 1984.
And those are very big rockets. And at that point, you are going to go into space, whether you like it or not. So you are on your way.
For Garneau, the experience was life-changing, and he's continued to talk about space for the past 28 years, sharing his adventures with eager students. Today, he's at KVR Middle School in Penticton, speaking to grade 6 classes in English and French immersion who are studying space exploration.
It was a neat experience because he's like a Canadian celebrity, and I never thought I'd actually get the opportunity to meet him and have the chance to ask questions and talk to him and learn about space. I asked him what was his favorite space shuttle, and he said they're all really nice, and he said he's upset that the Challenger exploded.
There's two things I would like to be able to accomplish when I talk to young people. One is to get their imagination going, because curiosity, I think, is important in life. The second thing is that, of course, I try to interest young people in science, because that's what being an astronaut is really a lot about.
Qui t'a inspiré être un astronaute?
Qu'est-ce qui m'a inspiré pour devenir un astronaute? La réponse, c'est que j'aime l'aventure.
Garneau is the federal Liberal House leader and member of Parliament in Quebec, and was asked questions about his space adventures in both English and French.
And I was over Europe, and I looked down, and I recognized some of the countries in Europe. And it really is it's an extraordinary experience to look out that window and to realize that you're on top of the world, that you're in space, and you see the blackness.
From space, Garneau saw the beauty of our planet and how mankind is changing our environment.
I saw the Earth, and I saw the damage that we as human beings are doing. Not necessarily intentionally, but we are causing some damage to our planet, and I want them to think about it, that it's a responsibility we all share.
Well, now I know more about what it's like, because we've learned about what my teacher can say, but to actually hear what it's actually like, and to see pictures and have him go into deep explaining of what it's actually like being up there.
I have a background in science and engineering, and there are not very many members of Parliament who do, and I think that I can make a contribution in terms of policy that's focused on science and technology, because I think the knowledge economy is extremely important for Canada's future prosperity. And so we have to take care of our planet, and you see this when you're up there. We have this beautiful home, this big blue planet that we all share, but we need to take care of it so that you and your children will be able to live on a beautiful planet.
For Shaw TV in Penticton, I'm Wayne McDougall.
For more spacey science a little closer to home, you could always visit the H.R. MacMillan Space Center in Vancouver and watch for fun experiments with Cam and Raminder right here on the Express. But if you want to talk fun, hold on to your high tops and check out what's coming up after the break.
The Hanson brothers are back. And so are Bone Thugs and Harmony. The Express, only on Shaw TV.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.